I have a background in public health and in public policy. Back in the early 70s, I worked in rural Oregon, organizing clinics for the medically indigent and the migrant workers as part of the federal anti-poverty program. Later on, I went to Washington, worked in the Department of Health and Human Services in the Office of the Secretary, and so I got to see how policy was made at the national level. My research area actually has been in the allocation of scarce resources. I spent time in a postdoctoral fellowship at a surgical intensive care unit, analyzing the medical, managerial, legal, ethical, public policy aspects of allocating scarce resources in an intensive care unit. Based on that experience, I designed a role-playing simulation exercise for my students. The vortex of the issues of costs and rationing and quality of life and end of life gets played out in the intensive care unit. And that's why the simulation exercise, asking students to play various roles and to appreciate various perspectives, I think is so valuable, because this is where cost and end of life and the resources that are available, which are naturally limited, this is where the crunch comes in the intensive care unit. I have case studies that I use in the class. Some of these I've used over a number of years, and invariably, every time I have the same case, I find a different answer from a student. He finds a fresh perspective, an angle that I've never thought of, and it's very surprising and very refreshing, and I enjoy it. I am truly inspired by part-time students who have full-time jobs, who have a family, who have to balance conflicting interests and yet do spectacularly well in the classroom. And they certainly are experts at time management. And they are certainly I have great admiration for these students, and I think they serve as role models for the younger students. When our graduates get jobs, advance in their careers, do well, I take extreme satisfaction that I had at least a small part in their success.